And I loved the book so much. The love language centered around hair. When I got to the acknowledgement page, I was like, no. She attends this kink club. Well, it is Black History Month, so I will be dedicating this video to reading Black authors only. I'm going to be reading from different authors, from different genres, from romance, dark romance, fantasy, literary fiction, so stick around so you can see what books I'm reading next. And by the way, don't wait until Black History Month or Asian American Pacific Islander History Month to diversify your library. Some of these authors I've read from before, some are new, but don't wait until Black History Month to be reading from Black authors. Firstly, I do want to say I did kind of cheat a little bit. Well, not cheat, but before I planned on filming this video, I just finished an audiobook called The Secret Life of Church Ladies by Disha Philia, and I figured I might as well share with you to open up this video because I really did enjoy listening to this audiobook. It is compiled of different short stories of people's lives behind closed doors. It talks about people's expectations from you, especially when religion is tied into it, kind of grappling with your identity on what is expected from you, what you want to do, what you think you should be doing. I really enjoyed reading it and I would recommend you reading it too. The first official book for this video is Love Radio by Ebony Liddell. This is a young adult romance following Danielle, who is our female main character, and Prince, our male main character. Danielle starts out in this story as someone who is still healing from something traumatizing that happened in her past, and Prince is actually a really respectable dude. I really wish that there were more people like Prince out there, especially men that are like Prince. The concept of this book is that she is someone who enjoys writing, who enjoys reading books, while he is someone that is a host on a DJ radio station. So I kind of just started this book. I really don't know where the story is gonna go, obviously, but so far, the thing that has stood out to me is the love language centered around hair. And I haven't really read many books around that. I know not a lot of people have the privilege to have a love language surrounding hair, and for Black culture, hair is like their crown. So I think it's really special that these two kind of make a connection with that. That's not a spoiler. I just think it's something that's nice to point out because it's something that they do bring up a few times right from the beginning. So I'm gonna continue reading this book. I'll let you know how I end up liking it. I'll come back when I finish it.
That's nice.
I have finished Love Radio by Ebony Liddell, and I loved the book so much. And I'm shocked at how much I loved it because I don't typically love YA books. I think the only YA novel that I really enjoyed was If He Had Been With Me, because it just struck at my heart chords and I was really emotional after reading that book. I am trying to catch this lighting over here, so I'm sitting awkwardly. We are following two seniors in high school trying to navigate love, or trying to navigate what it would be like to be in a relationship. So they are learning more about themselves in their adolescence as they are considering being in a relationship, and there's so much that goes into it as far as learning more about how to deal with trauma, navigating family dynamics, and they just do it in such a healthy way that even I learned something from it. And I think that that's what I really loved about it. Not only do I love books where the main character is a reader, I really do enjoy books like that, but this is also centered around music, and I love music. It's just done so well that I would recommend this to young adults and older adults. Is that a proper way to say it? And like I said before, there is a love language centered around hair, which really taught me a lot as someone who doesn't have Black heritage, but I do know that that is important in someone's identity and treating it like a crown as it should be. There's just so many good things to point out about this book that I immediately told Eddie about it. It's just so good. So now I will be reading another YA novel. This is actually a YA fantasy called Let Them Burn by Camila Cole. But this is a Jamaican-inspired fantasy novel, and I mentioned this in my 2024 TBR video that this is one of the books that I wanted to read. So it's finally released, and I'm so excited to read it now. So I have finished reading what did I just read? So Let Them Burn by Camila Cole. And I don't know how to feel about this book just yet. I really enjoyed the story. There are some similarities that I found with Fourth Wing, and that's simply because there's dragons involved. And I haven't made a formal opinion or rating on this book yet. I haven't read a Jamaican-inspired fantasy novel. The fantasy world is derived from their connection with their ancestors and their spirits. So that's how they gain their powers in this book. There's also dragons involved in the story. Dragon riding, there's dragon riding school. This first book was a lot of world building, a lot of planning, a lot of researching, that type of experience where you finally get to the acknowledgement section of the book and you're flipping and you're like, where's the rest of it? That's the experience that I got when I finally reached the end. I was like, this can't be the end. I really wanted more from it because I did really enjoy the book. But I was like, I feel like I was missing something. What I do really love about this is, one, I told you it is a Jamaican-inspired fantasy novel. I haven't read anything like that. It's sapphic, so there's representation of two girls falling in love. And there's the element of growing up believing what you are taught by your nation, and you're learning so much more beyond what actually is the truth. So I really respected that, but oh man, I really wish that there was more, and I'm definitely going to be picking up the second book when she comes out with it, but yeah. When I got to the acknowledgement page, I was like, no. Whatever. I am already starting I don't even know what book I'm on. Is this my fourth book? But I've already started another book. It's called Masters of Restraint from the Her Master series. This is by Ines Johnson. This is a contemporary romance novel. We're totally switching it up in this last book, but this is going to be the last book that I'm going to be reading for this video because I feel like this video could go on and on and on. But this is so far a contemporary romance novel. There's office romance involved, there's a kink club involved, and there's also a reverse harem trope in here. So if you are in the mood, or if you're potentially open to reading darker romance, this might be the book for you. I think she typically writes other fantasy or contemporary romance novels. I think she has like a vampire story one, but I'll let you know how this book goes. Well, I finished Masters of Restraint by Ines Johnson. I think it was good. It was very easy to read. It felt like a coming of age story for the main character because she's learning so much more about herself. She's trying to navigate her womanhood while she is also trying to excel in her career. In this story, we are following the female main character who is kind of new to the world of kinks. She attends this kink club which her best friends frequent, and she learns so much more about what she likes, and more specifically BDSM. On the first day of her attending this kink club, she experiments and she learns. She does a scene with someone, and then that particular someone ends up being her new boss because she starts a new job. So it goes from there. There were some scenes that were closed door, which is interesting to me. This is a contemporary romance novel. I figured the darker the better, right? But they do have some closed door scenes, which leaves it up to your own imagination. So I think I'm gonna end this video here. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Remember, don't only diversify your library on Black History Month. I just wanted to share some of this with you in case you wanted to dive into some new authors that you haven't heard of, or maybe get into some novels that you haven't heard of. But thank you so much for joining me today. Remember to like and subscribe and make sure that you hit the notification bell. I will see you next time. Bye. Hold on, let me put my eggs in the thing.